For more updates on the forthcoming gubernatorial elections holding on this Saturday in Ekiti State, our correspondent Niyi Oyelowo is on ground in Ekiti, the state capital, and he joins us now. Niyi, great to have you. Niyi, give us a sense of what is happening there. I mean, because when you look at it, we've had skirmishes, leading up to this election. Some people say it's not safe. Some people say it's going to be a fight to finish. And Bishop Kuka coming and signing this peace accord, do you think it will douse any tension right there in Adua and some other parts of Ekiti State?
Morning, Rufai, Tundu, and of course, Dr. Abati. From what we've gathered so far, let me just give you a slight summation of what we've had. At the moment, all necessary arrangements towards these elections have been put in place, or they're still in place at the moment. We have ad hoc staff being mobilized, and we also have security formations as well in different parts of Ekiti. Concerning what you just said about the skirmishes, we don't have much information regarding that, being we're still following that up, as it were. But what I can tell you, the city is agog with a lot of sensitization, awareness towards these elections, and there's always this preaching that it should be free and fair, as it were. This is an off-season election, as you already know, but there's a lot at stake because, to a large extent, the revised electoral act will come into play here, and to a large extent, it will also determine the success or otherwise of it towards next year's election, as it were. It's a bustling city, as you can see. People are going about their normal activities, and the major inkling that you have that, okay, fine, an election is round the corner, are the banners, political banners and the adverts we're seeing all over the place, and some campaign vehicles, as it were. So basically, things are still looking up towards the elections. Everybody is gearing up for it. That's the situation on ground now.
Okay, Niyi, there was a stakeholders meeting earlier in the week at which we were told by both the INEC chairman and the Inspector General of Police that this election is going to take place in 177 wards, 2,445 polling units. And the Inspector General of Police was quoted as saying that the various polling units will be appropriately manned by policemen. Do you have the impression that Ekiti, ahead of the election on Saturday, is beginning to look like a war zone, appropriately manned by manpower, to borrow the phrase of the Inspector General of Police, Baba? And secondly, INEC announced that there are 16 candidates on the ballot. Only 11 of them showed up at the peace accord meeting yesterday. Who are those 5 persons who stayed away? Are those ones not interested in peace? Do you know who they are, that they stayed away from the signing of a peace accord?
Well, Dr. Abati, I'm just going to I'm going to answer this question regarding what we have found so far, regarding that. I know you have all your other sources of information, as it were. The situation is largely peaceful. There is no indication that there might be, untowards all manner of violence or what have you, But what we found on ground is that things are being done orderly to ensure a peaceful election. Now, regarding the second question, we don't have much information towards that. We're still going to do some investigation towards this before the end of the day. So we're still going around trying to consult people, liaise with people, the major stakeholders, to find their perspective on this issue, as it were.
Right, regarding the violence that's already happened, because this peace accord can be likened to shutting the barn door after the horse has already bolted. There have already been shootings, there have already been attacks. one person has died from the National Union of Road Transport Workers. Is there any ongoing investigation? Even one of the two female candidates, Kemi Elebute-Hale, her party's flag off was marred when one of the security agents allegedly set off an explosion at the event, injuring some people. Have there been any investigations in that regard? Is anybody going to be, brought to book so that we don't just hear about violence and nothing happens, as we have seen in previous Ekiti elections? I mean, I remember all kinds of really, truly ghastly incidents of people being killed, drenched in acid, and what have you. Arrests at all? Anything?
Regarding that, we don't have much information because they're still keeping all of this wrapped up, as it were. But we believe the police is on it. We haven't gotten any more, information regarding that. But we're still going to be talking to the major stakeholders that have been affected. There's still a lot of interviews lined up for today. We're still going to follow up, and those that have been affected as well, we're going to try and reach out to them. But what I can tell you is that things are being done, just to try and keep the peace. Regarding one or two incidents regarding the violence that took place, that one person was killed, yes, it's been more of hearsay, but to a large extent it has been confirmed by some people as well. Okay, we don't have much information regarding that one, but as the case goes on, we believe the police is already on that, but we will also be asking questions. We just got in late yesterday, and hopefully before the end of the day we should get more information regarding that.
I want to ask you, have you been interfacing with anybody from the civil society? What are they saying about the process?
Regarding civil society, we are going to be talking to quite a number of people. Like I said, it's still early morning. We're just about getting done with all that. We're still going to be talking to them, as it were. Rufai.
Really appreciate you, and keep safe.